we're going to take a look at how to solve equations where you have to combine like terms. Just to give you a very quick recap, terms are separated by plus and minus signs. So I'm going to circle all the plus and minus signs in these equations. That means that 3x is a term, 4x is a term, and 2 is a term. Why do we call them terms? Because they're just separated by the plus or the minus sign. So negative 4m is a term, 4 is a term, 8m is a term. And they're separated by these plus and minus signs. Now, this is what we do. The first thing you do is you check to see about parentheses. Do we have any parentheses? No. Second off, we go ahead and then we combine like terms if we needed to. So I'll write out the word combine. What I want you to do is I want you to take a look at a term. Here's the very first term. It's a 3x. And is there another term that's just like it? Well, this is a term that has an x on it, just like this one does. So you literally say, well, 3 plus 4 is 7. And they both have x's, so we'll just put an x there. Then you ask yourself this, does this 2, this last term on this side of the equal sign, does this have an x? Nope. So we're just going to let it sit right there beside the 7x. The equal 16 comes down. So the 3x plus 4x is replaced by the 7x, and now we've got a two-step equation. And we go and we solve just like we always have. And we see that x equals 2. So let's go down here and let's try this one. Are there any parentheses? Nope. So next thing we see, are there any terms to combine? So let's take a look at this first term right here. This is negative 4m. This doesn't have an m, so I ignore that plus 4. See that right there? I ignore that. But this is a minus 8m. So in my head, I'm doing negative 4 minus 8. Keep, change, change. And it'd be negative 12. Since both of them had an m, we'll put an m right there. Everything else just drops straight down. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't do 4 and 28, it's because they're on different sides of that equal sign. We can't combine like terms that are on different sides of the equal sign. That's just a rule, and so we don't question it. So the negative 4m minus 8m is replaced by the negative 12m. And if you notice, after I combine these two terms, I slid it right into the first part. Now we just have to come back through and complete the two-step equation. And m equals negative 2. Now I've got 3 more equations that we do need to take a look at. There's just no sense rushing it. Again, the first thing I said to look at is, do we have parentheses? The second thing was, do we have anything we can combine? So the new stuff that we're going to be doing is the combining. The old stuff would be parentheses. How do we get rid of parentheses? Distribution. So negative 3 times positive 8 is negative 24. Then we say negative 3 times negative 5p would be positive 15p. At this point, that should not be causing any type of problems. Everything else that we've not had to touch with this distribution method drops straight down. So this would be minus 7p equals negative 88. Now, if you remember, let me just erase through here. When we saw the initial equation here, there was no parentheses, and then we started looking to see if there was anything to combine. Well, after this distribution, we need to do a quick check. Is there anything for us to combine? There's nothing to combine on the left side of this equation with negative 24. So we can just drop negative 24 right there. Okay. But when I take a look at the second term, the positive 15p, it does have the ability to combine with this minus 17p, or excuse me, minus 7p. So it's 15 minus 7, and it'd be 8. And since they both have p, I'd put a p there. Now, ask yourself this question. What's 15 minus 7? Is it positive or negative? It's positive, so guess what I put in between here? Positive sign. So all of this has been dealt with. I drop down my equal sign, and I drop down negative 88, and now because I've distributed and combined, I've got a two-step equation. There we go. P would equal negative 8. Same thing's going to happen here. Do we have any parentheses? Now, if we don't have parentheses, we skip it, and then we ask ourselves, is there anything to combine? But since we've got the parentheses, we deal with it first. In this scenario, I still take a look at that front number beside the parentheses, but I still that sign in front. So this is a positive 8 times, since there's no number in front of this variable, let's just put a 1 there. Positive 8 times 1n is 8n. Now, that would make it a positive, so I'm going to put a plus sign right in front. And then 8 times negative 8 is negative 64. Everything else, all of this, comes straight down. Now, we've got parentheses done. Is there anything to combine? Well, I see that this is a number and it has no n, so I can't combine with this, so I'll drop that straight down. But I see we've got this right here. It's negative 8 minus 64. That literally means this, negative 8 minus 64. Keep, change, change. That makes this negative 72. And everything else comes straight down, and we've got a two-step equation to finish. Last one. Parentheses. And is there anything to combine? So again, take that number beside the front parentheses and still the sign in front of it. Positive 4 times 4p is positive 16p. So I'm putting this plus sign because it's a positive 16p. And then positive 4 times positive 2 is 8 positive. So I'll put a plus sign right there. Everything else drops straight down. Now we need to combine like terms. So right here's like a wall border on this left side. Are there any terms that can be combined with negative 2p? Yeah, right here. Negative 2 plus 16 is 14. Since we both have p's, let's just put the p right there. And then I can pull down the plus 8 equals 120. And there's nothing I can combine this 8 with. It doesn't have a p, so I can't combine it with this. Now it's a two-step equation.